Hello everybody and welcome back to Pathfinder Plays in my new segment, Random Questions from the Dead Matter Discord. Let's begin. Ninja Gaming 1080 asks, with the NPCs and factions, will there be a chance to see them fight alongside you if you have to fight another faction? Haunting Hank says, if one faction comes across another faction they're hostile with, then they might fight each other. I'm assuming this would also go hand in hand with bandits, which aren't necessarily a faction per se, just wandering, random, violent habitants of this land we call Canada, and I'm assuming that they would fight just about anybody that they would see in order to kill them. I'm assuming they actually might not want to kill them. If they were smart about programming the bandits specifically, they should try to program them to hold up characters or other factions who are wandering around, because guess what, guys? You can't rob somebody twice if you kill them the first time. Bandits are businessmen too, alright? Seal Soup asks, in a dev update they did mention the ability to have hide skinned from animals, but can you wear them? And if wearable, could they provide some warmth in winter? Reggie Curse says that's a possibility. All of the uses of the hide haven't been detailed, but clothing is a fairly obvious way to go with it. Oh Lorde asks, is there going to be character/facial customization? Haunting Hank says yes. Grant, will I be able to bury my loot with a shovel? Regiker says no ground deformation, which I have to say, guys, I am very excited. At first I was like, meh, about it. But after realizing that Daisy does this, and whenever Daisy does this, whatever item you bury, that item slot in the world does not reappear. The item exists, but it's underground. There's no way for you to find that, say, gun. So whenever somebody finds an item, puts it in a dry bag or a crate, then buries it, it's essentially gone for the rest of the server. You won't be finding anything where that weapon would have spawned usually, because the other player essentially took it from that spot for future use. So whenever they say we can't bury loot, yeah, it takes away some player freedom, but it also gives back more opportunities to the player by allowing things to respawn and not be taken off the grid. Grant, can you die from a car crash? Bonnie X says, sure. Grant, who I just now realized is being the MVP of this episode, asks, will we be able to break someone's bones by hitting them with a blunt object such as a sledgehammer, crippling them from getting away? Gunslinger, who is a programmer, not an animator, says, your limbs will get damaged based on where you hit them. The movement penalty for broken legs isn't going to be crazy though, since we got a big map and it's simply not fun to walk at a snail's pace, which I completely agree. Haunting Hank comes in at the ready and says morphine is also going to be used to counteract broken bones. Grant also asks, can my arm be decapitated? And Bonnie X says, no player dismemberment. Grant, you have a very odd fascination with human injuries, alright? But I appreciate the questions. I love you. Grim2577 asks, can we find museums with chainmail armor to wear to stop the Zeds from biting? Spook Biscuits says nope. I say, once again, sad face. There should be museums in this game. I'm assuming there will be because it's a giant metropolitan area, 400 square kilometers, final map size. So why you would not be able to take out historic items for your protection, I don't know, because that would happen in real life. I would put chainmail on in real life because I would say, wow, a Viking bastard sword couldn't chop through this chainmail. But you know what? If that can't happen, then zombies also can't bite through it. I would wear that thing all the time. Grant, can I read mail in a post office? Haunting Hank says unconfirmed, but not a bad idea. That just means they haven't thought about it. However, Bing says they probably didn't think about it at that time. I'm very glad Grant brought it up because I could probably spend a long time in the post office reading letters that had yet to be delivered or letters that never got sent out to other people elsewhere. That would be a great place to uncover the story of different people's lives. I love it. Grant again asks, can I decorate my home the way I like with furniture and pictures like a Like a find a nice dog picture and bring it home with me, or I get new cabinets. Bonnie X says interior decorating is a maybe. Johnny's looking into a system that would allow for that, but don't expect like, construction projects. Don't worry, Grant. You might just get your cabinets, and you might just get your nice dog picture. I'm not necessarily a dog or a cat person, but I just have to say, if I had to choose between either a dog or cat photo, I'd probably choose the dog. Unless it's below 50 pounds, then it's just a glorified cat. Zay Hart asks, how does the blood type come into play, or is that not known yet? Hank says blood transfusions for healing is the main purpose. If you use the wrong blood type, you are in for a bad time. I agree. Zay Heart Sign says, is that sort of one of a set of healing techniques to be used? Haunting Hank says blood is effectively your health pool, so it will be the best way to recover lost health, but there will be a variety of medical items for different purposes. Gabba asks, a burglar alarm would be super counterintuitive. Speaking of burglar alarms, will some houses be rigged to them? And Spooky Shirk says, yes, some places will have alarms. And everybody, that is the questions that I have gathered for you today, most of whom came from my boy Grant, but just remember, it is not who the questions came from, it is the quality of the questions, and this time around, Grant just happened to be the one asking the most fundamental, player-amusing, player-important questions in the Discord. Do your part and ask better questions, everybody else. Do better. And Grant, congratulations. You didn't win anything, but you did win, I guess, a spot on my channel, so whatever that's worth. Congrats. And guys, that will be it. If you guys enjoyed this video, consider hitting that subscribe button, hitting that bell button so you never miss another Dead Matter Questions update, and I will see you guys in the next one. Path out.